2025 predictions, fact or fiction, Nostradamus and Baba Vanga's chilling prophecies unveiled. But what if the future was already written? What if, centuries ago, two of history's most enigmatic prophets, Nostradamus and Baba Vanga, had already foreseen what awaits us in 2025? Could their chilling predictions be more than just coincidence? Could they be warnings? Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Before we dive deep into these haunting prophecies, do us a favor. Hit that like button, share this with someone who loves uncovering hidden truths, and subscribe to the Journey of Wisdom. Because what you're about to discover might just change the way you see the future forever. Number 1. The power and allure of prophecy. Since the beginning of time, humanity has been captivated by the mysteries of the future. We have gazed at the stars, consulted sacred texts, and listened intently to those who claim to see beyond the present. From ancient seers to modern-day mystics, the allure of prophecy has shaped civilizations, influenced leaders, and comforted the uncertain. But beneath this fascination lies something deeper, our profound fear of the unknown. As the Buddha once said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." Yet, despite this wisdom, our minds are drawn toward what lies ahead, seeking assurance in an unpredictable world. Fear, after all, is one of the most primal human emotions. Uncertainty unnerves us because it strips us of control. We want to know if our decisions today will lead to prosperity or ruin. Will the world as we know it remain stable, or are we heading toward catastrophe? Prophecy serves as a bridge between uncertainty and hope, a map where there is no road, a flickering light in the abyss of the unknown. And while some predictions warn of doom, others offer glimpses of a golden age, a future where humanity transcends suffering and flourishes. This delicate balance between despair and optimism is why people continue to turn to figures like Nostradamus and Baba Vanga, whose cryptic visions have captivated minds for centuries. Nostradamus, the enigmatic 16th-century French astrologer, penned verses so obscure that scholars still debate their meaning. His prophecies have been linked to major historical events, from the Great Fire of London to the rise of Hitler and even the tragic assassination of John F. Kennedy. Though his quatrains are vague, they carry an eerie resonance with real-world events, leading many to wonder, was he truly gifted with foresight, or are we simply seeing patterns where none exist? On the other hand, Baba Vanga, the blind Bulgarian mystic, has been credited with astonishingly accurate predictions, including the 9/11 attacks and the 2004 tsunami. Her followers believe she saw glimpses of the future with a clarity that defies explanation. Now, as we approach 2025, whispers of their prophecies have resurfaced, sparking intrigue and concern. Could this be the year of transformation, upheaval, or even revelation? History offers no shortage of examples where prophecy has gripped societies. The Oracle of Delphi, revered in ancient Greece, shaped the fate of kings and empires with her cryptic messages. The Mayan calendar's 2012 end date stirred fears of an apocalyptic event, proving how deeply embedded our need for foresight truly is. Even in the modern world, where science and technology dominate, astrology columns still thrive, and psychics claim to foresee major global shifts. But why does 2025 stand out among all these years? What makes it a focal point of so many predictions? Perhaps the answer lies not in supernatural foresight, but in our collective consciousness. As technology advances at an unprecedented rate, climate concerns grow dire, and global conflicts escalate, it is natural to feel that we are on the precipice of something monumental. The human mind, ever searching for meaning, tries to connect the dots. But whether these predictions hold truth or are merely reflections of our deepest anxieties, one thing remains clear: the future is not set in stone. As the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "Because you are alive, everything is possible." So, should we live in fear of what's to come, or should we focus on shaping the future with wisdom and compassion? The real power does not lie in prophecy. It lies in our actions. Instead of waiting for a predestined fate, we must take responsibility for the world we are creating today. If 2025 is to be a year of change, let it be a change that we bring forth with awareness and intention. Whether or not Nostradamus and Baba Vanga truly saw the future, we hold the power to shape our own destiny. As we step into the unknown, let us do so not with fear, but with hope, resilience, and the knowledge that the choices we make today will define the world of tomorrow. Number 2. Nostradamus and his predictions for 2025. Michel de Nostradam, better known as Nostradamus, has remained one of history's most enigmatic figures, his name synonymous with prophecy and mystery. Born in 1503, this French astrologer, physician, and visionary crafted a collection of cryptic quatrains, four-line poetic verses that have captivated the human imagination for centuries. His most famous work, Les Prophéties, published in 1555, continues to be one of the most hotly debated texts in the realm of divination. While some view his writings as vague poetic riddles open to interpretation, others argue that their uncanny accuracy in foretelling global events cannot be dismissed. His quatrains have been linked to monumental historical moments: Napoleon's rise, the horrors of World War II, the assassination of John F. Kennedy, and even the tragic events of September 11, 2001. The question now is, what did he foresee for the year 2025? And should we take his warnings seriously, or are we merely seeing patterns where none exist? One of the most chilling quatrains attributed to Nostradamus states, "The Great War will begin when the great city burns." This cryptic passage has sparked intense debate. Some believe it warns of a major global conflict in 2025, pointing to rising geopolitical tensions among superpowers that could escalate into something catastrophic. Could this be a reference to nuclear confrontation, an unexpected invasion, or even a devastating terrorist attack in a major metropolis? Others argue that the great city is not a literal place, but a symbolic representation, perhaps a warning of a financial collapse, a cyber warfare disaster, or the crumbling of global civilization as we know it. In an age where digital infrastructure is as crucial as physical territory, a catastrophic cyber attack could cripple economies, incite chaos, and trigger international conflict. Another haunting quatrain reads, "A celestial fire falling from the heavens, the earth trembles, the air ignites." The imagery of fire descending from the sky has led to speculation ranging from an asteroid impact to a massive solar storm. Scientists have long warned of near-Earth objects that could pose an existential threat, and with ongoing advancements in space surveillance, we remain ever watchful. Could Nostradamus have foreseen such a catastrophe? Some believe this prophecy hints at an astronomical event, while others argue it could be referencing the militarization of space, where satellites and advanced weaponry could one day be the catalyst for war beyond our planet. Space-based conflict is no longer science fiction. Global powers are already developing anti-satellite technology and laser defense systems. Alternatively, the reference to the Earth trembling could signify a significant seismic event, a megaquake or volcanic eruption that sends shockwaves across nations. In a time where natural disasters seem to intensify, Could this be yet another warning of nature's wrath? However, Nostradamus did not solely paint pictures of doom. His writings also hinted at extraordinary breakthroughs. One of his quatrains states, "A great light of knowledge will be seen, and man shall touch the divine." What could this mean in the context of 2025? Many believe this passage speaks to technological advancements that could redefine humanity, perhaps a revolutionary development in artificial intelligence, a breakthrough in medicine that extends human life, or even a deeper understanding of the cosmos that alters our perception of existence. With AI progressing at an unprecedented rate, the possibility of artificial consciousness emerging in our lifetime is not far-fetched. Could this be the moment when humanity transcends its limitations and steps into a new era of enlightenment? Or could it signify spiritual awakening, a collective realization that reshapes human consciousness? The teachings of the Buddha remind us, 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Could 2025 be the year where long-held secrets, whether scientific, political, or cosmic, are finally unveiled? Yet the greatest question remains, are we truly deciphering Nostradamus's messages, or are we merely bending his words to fit our anxieties and hopes? His quatrains were deliberately veiled in symbolism, blending languages, astrological references, and historical metaphors, making them open to infinite interpretations. Each generation has seen its own struggles, conflicts, and breakthroughs reflected in his words. As we enter 2025, do we see prophecy, or do we see our own fears mirrored in the poetic ambiguity of Nostradamus's quatrains? It is easy to be swept up by predictions, but the truth is, the future remains unwritten. What we can take away from Nostradamus is not just a warning, but also a lesson that is consistent with the Buddhist wisdom of focusing the mind on the present moment. Instead of fearing apocalyptic prophecies, let us focus on building a future rooted in wisdom, compassion, and preparedness. If there is a lesson in Nostradamus's cryptic verses, it is that history has always been shaped by the choices of those living in the present. Whether 2025 brings turmoil or triumph, it is our actions today that will define tomorrow. Perhaps the greatest prophecy of all is the one we create ourselves. Number 3. Baba Vanga, the blind mystic and her 2025 predictions. Baba Vanga, often called the Nostradamus of the Balkans, remains one of history's most enigmatic figures, drawing both awe and skepticism for her prophetic visions. Born in 1911 in what is now North Macedonia, Vangelia Pandeva Gushtarova lost her sight as a child after being swept up in a violent storm. Yet she claimed this loss gave her an extraordinary gift, an ability to see beyond the limits of time, predicting global events with eerie accuracy. Though she passed away in 1996, her prophecies continue to intrigue, and as 2025 approaches, the world watches with curiosity and apprehension to see which of her visions may come true. Throughout the years, Baba Vanga's predictions have been linked to major world events, from the rise of ISIS to the 9/11 attacks and even the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Many believe her success rate is astonishingly high, which only deepens the mystery surrounding her words. But how much of this is real foresight, and how much is interpretation? Are her predictions glimpses of destiny, or are they shaped by our own desire to find meaning in chaos? As we step into 2025, some of her visions inspire hope, while others cast a shadow of unease. One of her most thought-provoking predictions speaks of a great shift in human consciousness. But what does that really mean? Could it be a profound scientific discovery, perhaps an advancement in artificial intelligence so revolutionary that it alters the way we perceive intelligence and reality itself. With the rapid progress of AI, quantum computing, and brain-machine interfaces, humanity may be on the verge of a technological breakthrough unlike anything before. Or could this shift be something even more extraordinary, like humanity making first contact with extraterrestrial life? With increasing reports of unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs, and heightened space exploration by NASA and private companies like SpaceX, the idea of discovering life beyond Earth no longer seems like science fiction. If such an event were to occur in 2025, it would fundamentally change our understanding of the universe and our place in it. But would we, as a civilization, be ready for such a revelation? Not all of Baba Vanga's predictions for 2025 are uplifting. She also warned of a powerful leader falling, bringing chaos to a nation. This prophecy has fueled speculation about global politics. Who could this leader be? Could it be a resignation, an impeachment, or something more tragic? Throughout history, sudden political power shifts have led to upheaval, economic instability, and even war. With rising tensions in multiple regions, it's not hard to see why this prediction has captured attention. If such an event does unfold, will it be a moment of crisis, or could it pave the way for something better? As the Buddhist saying goes, no matter how hard the past, you can always begin again. Perhaps the most unsettling of her visions is the prediction of a new wave of illness spreading across continents. In a world still recovering from the impact of recent global pandemics, such a prophecy is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. Scientists constantly warn of the possibility of emerging pathogens, and history has shown how vulnerable humanity can be to infectious diseases. If another health crisis were to emerge, would we be better prepared this time, or would we find ourselves repeating the same mistakes? It raises an even deeper question. How can we build a world that is more resilient, not just to disease, but to all forms of crisis? Yet Baba Vanga's prophecies are not solely warnings of disaster. Among her predictions is a hopeful vision. A cure for an untreatable disease will emerge. This statement has sparked excitement among scientists and medical researchers. Could 2025 bring the breakthrough humanity has been waiting for? With rapid advancements in gene therapy, personalized medicine, and regenerative technology, the possibility of curing diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's, or even HIV is no longer far-fetched. Every great discovery in history was once thought to be impossible until it wasn't. If her prediction holds any truth, 2025 could be a year of miraculous healing and hope for millions. But here's the ultimate question. How much of Baba Vanga's predictions are truly prophetic, and how much is shaped by interpretation? Her supporters argue that her accuracy is undeniable, while skeptics claim that her vague wording allows people to fit her prophecies into any major event. After all, isn't it human nature to search for patterns, even in randomness? As the Buddha once said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." While speculation can be fascinating, what truly matters is how we choose to live today. Now I turn the question to you. Do you believe Baba Vanga had a genuine gift for seeing the future, or are her predictions simply coincidences woven into history? And if her visions for 2025 come true, how will they shape the world we live in? Let's discuss. If you've watched this far, you're already diving deep into the mysteries of 2025's most chilling predictions. Do you think Nostradamus and Baba Vanga got it right? Comment below with Future Unveiled or share your thoughts. But don't stop here, there's still more to uncover. Stay until the end to see what these prophecies could mean for the world and your future. Number 4. The nature of prophecy: truth or perception? Throughout history, figures like Nostradamus and Baba Vanga have left behind cryptic messages that continue to fuel curiosity and debate. Some say their words are eerie glimpses into the future, while others argue they are mere riddles open to interpretation. But what makes a prediction feel so real, so compelling, that people believe it? And more importantly, are we truly witnessing foresight, or are we shaping these prophecies to fit our understanding of events? One of the biggest challenges with prophecy is its ambiguity. Nostradamus, for instance, wrote in poetic quatrains full of metaphor and symbolism. Without exact names, dates, or locations, his predictions remain open-ended, allowing different people to link them to different events over centuries. Take his infamous line, "The Great War will begin when the great city burns." Some say it refers to the Great Fire of London in 1666. Others point to Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And still, some claim it foretold the September 11th attacks. But could it also describe something yet to happen? This vagueness is why Nostradamus's work remains both fascinating and frustrating. His words can be stretched to fit multiple narratives, making it nearly impossible to prove or disprove their accuracy. Baba Vanga's case is even more intriguing. Unlike Nostradamus, she did not write her prophecies but shared them verbally, meaning that many of her predictions were documented secondhand, sometimes years after her death. Some believe she foresaw major global events, such as the fall of the Soviet Union, the rise of ISIS, and even the COVID-19 pandemic. Yet, without direct records from her, how can we be sure that her words haven't been altered, exaggerated, or even misinterpreted over time? A prophecy claiming a new wave of illness spreading across continents might seem like a clear reference to COVID-19, but could it not also describe past pandemics like the Spanish flu, or future ones that we have yet to witness? This brings us to an interesting psychological phenomenon: confirmation bias. Our minds are naturally drawn to patterns, seeking evidence that supports what we already believe. When an event appears to match a prophecy, we latch onto it, convincing ourselves that it was predicted all along. But what about the many predictions that never come true? Those tend to be forgotten, leaving only the ones that seem accurate. In this way, prophecies survive not because they are always right, but because we selectively remember the ones that appear to be. But does that mean all prophecies are mere coincidences? Not necessarily. There have been predictions that seem too precise to dismiss entirely. Skeptics argue that even if a prophecy appears correct, it might be more about chance than genuine foresight. Others propose that self-fulfilling prophecies play a role. When people believe in a prediction strongly enough, their actions sometimes make it come true. If a world leader believes a war is inevitable, might they unconsciously push events toward conflict? If scientists anticipate a major disease outbreak, could their increased research lead to the discovery of an illness that might have otherwise gone unnoticed? And yet, despite all the questions, the fascination with prophecy never fades. In a world driven by science, data, and logic, why do we still turn to ancient predictions for answers? Perhaps it's because the future remains the ultimate unknown, something no technology or calculation can fully grasp. Prophecy, whether real or imagined, offers the possibility that the future isn't entirely unpredictable, that hidden patterns exist beyond what we can see. So, are Nostradamus and Baba Vanga truly gifted seers, or are their words just vague enough to be molded into any situation? Do we shape the meaning of prophecy, or does prophecy shape us? If we could know the future with certainty, would we even want to? These are the questions that keep the mystery alive. What do you think? Are we deciphering real messages from the past, or are we simply playing a game of interpretation? Let's explore this mystery together. Drop your thoughts below. Number 5. The bigger question: destiny or choice? The age-old debate between destiny and choice has captivated humanity for centuries. Are we merely actors following a script penned by forces beyond our comprehension, or are we the authors of our own fate? Nostradamus and Baba Vanga's prophecies have long been viewed as roadmaps. Some see them as eerie warnings of an inescapable future, while others regard them as enigmatic riddles open to endless interpretation. Yet despite all our skepticism or belief, one truth remains unshaken: humanity has always been obsessed with the future. From ancient civilizations reading celestial patterns to modern-day economists predicting market crashes and scientists forecasting climate change, we have never ceased in our quest to glimpse what lies ahead. But now, in 2025, our means of predicting the future have evolved. We no longer rely solely on cryptic verses from centuries past. We have artificial intelligence, predictive algorithms, and quantum computing that analyze vast amounts of data to unveil patterns with remarkable precision. Does this render prophecy obsolete, or does it mean that it too is evolving? If we examine the world through the lenses of Nostradamus and Baba Vanga, we see stark warnings: global conflicts, natural calamities, the rise of new diseases, and turbulent shifts in politics. Yet, alongside these ominous visions, we also find hope. Medical breakthroughs, technological advancements, and the ever-growing potential for humanity to create a better world. In this duality, prophecy becomes a double-edged sword. It can instill fear, yet it can also inspire action. It can serve as either a paralyzing force or a motivator to change. The critical question then becomes, how do we choose to interpret it? Therein lies the paradox of prophecy. If a prediction warns of disaster and we act to prevent it, has the prophecy failed, or has it succeeded in its purpose? If Nostradamus foresaw a war in 2025, but world leaders took diplomatic measures to ensure peace, was he mistaken, or did his warning serve its purpose? If Baba Vanga envisioned a global health crisis, yet scientific advancements enabled us to mitigate its effects, does that mean her vision was inaccurate, or did it serve as an early alarm that saved countless lives? This is where the true power of prophecy lies, not in the predictions themselves, but in our response to them. As the Buddha once said, "What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create." The future is not a fixed reality. It is a canvas shaped by every decision we make. Nostradamus and Baba Vanga may have outlined the possibilities, but humanity still wields the pen that writes the final story. As we step into 2025, we must ask ourselves, will we passively await the unfolding of fate, or will we take charge of our destinies? The challenges before us, technological revolutions, environmental crises, and societal upheavals, may seem daunting, but so are the opportunities they present. We have never been more interconnected, more knowledgeable, or more capable of reshaping history than we are today. The real question is not whether prophecy dictates our future, but whether we have the wisdom to recognize warnings and the courage to act upon them. Perhaps the greatest lesson of prophecy is not in its accuracy, but in its ability to awaken awareness. When we view predictions not as doom-laden declarations, but as catalysts for vigilance and progress, we take control of our own fate. After all, is it not in human nature to defy the odds, to rise beyond the predictions, and to create something new? Lao Tzu once said, "Knowing others is intelligence, knowing yourself is true wisdom, mastering others is strength, mastering yourself is true power." The world does not move on predictions alone. It moves on choices. So, as we reflect on the chilling forecasts for 2025, let us ask not what fate has in store for us, but what we will do to shape our own future. Are we witnessing prophecy unfold, or are we simply giving meaning to patterns that would have happened regardless? Are these warnings fate's unchangeable decree, or are they an opportunity for humanity to change its course? The answer may not lie in Nostradamus or Baba Vanga's words alone. It lies within us. Number 6. Buddhist Teachings on Predicting the Future. Buddhism offers a profound perspective, one that shifts the focus from fear of the unknown to mindful action in the present. The Buddha's teachings remind us that the future is not set in stone. Rather, it is shaped by our thoughts, words, and deeds today. Now we will explore how karma, wisdom, and a compassionate heart can free us from the anxieties of fate, allowing us to live with clarity and purpose. Instead of waiting for predictions to unfold, we can take control and create a future of peace and well-being. 1. Don't let predictions of the future overshadow the present. Since ancient times, people have sought answers about the future. Prophecies from figures like Nostradamus or Baba Vanga may cause anxiety, but according to the Buddha's teachings, no one can see everything with absolute certainty. The Buddha once said, "The past is already gone, the future has not yet arrived. Only the present moment is precious." We cannot change the past, nor can we completely control the future. The only thing we can do is live mindfully in the present, doing good deeds now to create a better future. 2. Karma determines the future, not fate. Many people fear that prophecies are an unchangeable destiny. However, Buddhism teaches that there is no fixed fate. The future is shaped by our own actions today. Karma is a core principle in Buddhism. What we do today will affect tomorrow. If we plant the seeds of anger, hostility, and greed, we will experience suffering. If we live with compassion, wisdom, and sincerity, we will have a peaceful future. Instead of worrying about predictions, ask yourself, am I living mindfully? Do my actions today bring benefit to myself and others? Am I creating good causes and conditions for a brighter future? When we understand that we are the creators of our own destiny, the fear of prophecies will gradually disappear. 3. Prophecies may simply reflect our own mindset. Many predictions come true not because they are destined, but because people believe in them and act in ways that make them happen. This is known as the self-fulfilling prophecy. When you strongly believe in something, you unconsciously make it a reality. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha taught, "The mind is the forerunner of all things. The mind is their master. The mind shapes them. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows as the wheel follows the hoof of the ox that draws the cart." If we live in fear, worrying about a disastrous future, we will make choices based on fear and clouded judgment. But if we live with compassion, understanding, and remain unattached to rumors, we can create a better future, independent of any prophecy. 4. Wisdom helps us see through illusions. Many people become overly superstitious about predictions, forgetting that they are the true masters of their own destiny. The Buddha taught that wisdom is the light that dispels the darkness of ignorance. If we blindly believe in prophecies without discernment, we may lose our ability to distinguish right from wrong. If we let fear take over, we will live in anxiety rather than enjoying the present moment. If we use wisdom to analyze, we will realize that every prophecy is just a tiny part of the vast universe. Buddhism does not entirely dismiss the possibility of highly enlightened beings perceiving the future. However, It emphasizes that the most important thing is how we live in the present. 5. Take control of the future with a kind heart. If we truly believe the world will experience great changes in 2025, we should not just sit and worry. We should take action. If we fear war, let's start by creating peace within our own minds and treating others kindly. If we fear natural disasters, let's live responsibly with the environment, conserve energy, and protect nature. If we fear disease, let's take care of our health, live mindfully, and maintain inner peace. As the Buddha taught, no one can save us but ourselves. We must walk our own path. Rather than waiting for prophecies to come true, be the one who creates a better future through wisdom, compassion, and meaningful action. 6. The future is what we create. Prophecies may intrigue us, but nothing is more important than how we live right now. Nostradamus and Baba Vanga may have spoken about the events of 2025, but what truly matters is how we choose to face the future. Remember, we are not bound by fate. We create our own future. Worrying about prophecies does not change anything, but living with wisdom and compassion brings peace. The most important thing is not to know the future, but to take the right actions today. When you change yourself, you change the world. Let wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness guide you, rather than being consumed by predictions. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the mysterious prophecies of Nostradamus and Baba Vanga. Whether you see them as eerie glimpses into the future or intriguing puzzles open to interpretation, one thing is clear: the future is not set in stone. What truly matters is how we choose to live today. Instead of fearing what may come, let's focus on shaping a better tomorrow with wisdom, compassion, and mindful action. After all, the greatest power lies not in prophecy, but in the choices we make every day. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom, and make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss our upcoming videos filled with thought-provoking insights and wisdom for navigating life's mysteries. What do you think? Are these predictions real glimpses of the future, or do we simply see what we want to see? Let's continue the discussion in the comments below. Until next time, stay mindful and keep seeking wisdom.